I've
just had
got
a bit of a light bulb went
nice
on.
thing that we can probably just finish off for both of us here. A thing that came into my head the other day, 'cause somebody was asking me, like, what's the good things about social media? And because a lot of times we focus on the negatives,
Mm.
and the the good thing about social media is it has removed the small town principle. So
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I like that.
so but your success is generally before social media or before accessing Tom over in Indiana and seeing how much progress he's made and him deadlifting 225 kilo for
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
all you had to compare yourself to was people you had physical
In
access,
your vicinity, yeah.
right? So if you had a small town of a population of 300 people, the chances are you're probably the only one that lifts weights. So
Yeah.
that person then fulfilling an Olympic dream at running track or being Mr. Olympia as a bodybuilder was probably not very likely because you didn't have that influence. And you were probably the like in that scenario the big fish in a small pond. So
Which is where you never want to be.
you
Like,
never
yeah.
want to be because your rate of progress will not be as good. Whereas now, the good thing with social media is even if you were in a town or an isolated area of zero and you had access to enough equipment, we have this sort of influence and the ability to compare and go, wow, this is what this guy's doing. Whether you're 55 years of age or 15, you can find
Yeah.
a 55-year-old or a 15-year-old that's doing these things at a high level and go, wow, okay, I need to up my game. So I think that
Yeah.
social media has taken away the small town excuse, which is
Yeah, I like that. I like that. And it's a similar point, but slightly different. It's that there's nothing worse than a local hero.
yeah,
Someone that never gets out of that pond and is that big fish because they never improve. So
yeah.
that I mean the classic FDR's wife's quote is that comparison is the thief of joy, but you do need some things to motivate you and compare to sort of get yourself on a level to move beyond where you are because ego can kill you, right? If you just never try and if you think you're the bee's knees, then you'll come up short when you actually get exposed to competition.
I think comparison as a thief of joy is only in bodybuilding terms is only applicable in a prep phase to the greatest degree. And the reason being is there's very little that you can do about your physique at that point other than getting leaner.
Well, do you
The
know oh go on, sorry, James.
so like if you're in the off season, I think comparison is generally the target for you to reach the next rung on the ladder because you're in this productive phase. So if you get this sort of it's not imposter syndrome, I think, until you're like walking on stage. If you still feel negative about yourself whenever you're literally walking into battle
Mhm.
with whatever you have and you feel it's not good enough, then comparison in that moment is a thief of joy. You will not enjoy that experience. But in the off season, whenever you are literally building your armor, you're going into the gym, you're building your physique, and that's going to be totally reliant on nutritional adherence and your ability to turn over good performances day in, day out in the gym. If you're comparing yourself to somebody else and you feel you are inferior in that moment, that is a very good fuel source for you to really excel and elevate your level.
Yeah, do you know that's tapping into the dark side that Tim Grover talks about in his book Relentless, finding something to motivate you. You made an interesting point there, and I was going to touch on this. My good friend Trevor Simper is a sports psychologist, essentially, and he talks about comparison. But the point you made, which is so important, is comparing yourself to the next rung on the ladder. He says that it's quite motivating to compare yourself to the next rung on the ladder. But if you compare yourself when you're someone at the bottom of the mountain to the top of the mountain, that can be quite demotivating, which is why, like, beauty magazines, for example, are never great.
Yeah,
But if you're comparing yourself to someone that's just a little bit better than you, then that's competition. That is something which can be really really motivating on there. So no, that's good. But I think we could probably keep talking all night. People know we can't keep talking all night. I said we had one more question. These are all good, James. We'll maybe touch on a few of these other points another time. Let's round this out and just say that, guys, get your tickets. Get in touch with James for our next seminar. That is our one over in Lisburn, Northern Ireland. That will be on the 10th and 11th of October. Guys, if you've not already, please check out our other episodes because we cover lots of different topics. They do not have to be listened to or viewed all in chronological order because there's great content there across the board and people seem to enjoy them. James, where can they find you? Tell us about that. Where can we look you up?
Instagram, James underscore W underscore Melville, or James TCR on Facebook, or Team Compound Prep Coaching. I've also an Instagram page there. I'm also the owner of the Compound Room Gym in Lisburn, so feel free to contact me there for any inquiries or any general questions.
Excellent. Okay, and I will, as I have in the previous ones, put all the links down below in the comments bit in the description, guys. So check that out. I am Dr. Andrew Chappell, Dr.Andrew.Chappell on Instagram. I'm also the Natty Bodybuilding Coach. You can find me at www.naturalbodybuildingcoach.com. Guys, thank you for your attention, and be sure to check out our bonus content with the live Q&A as well at the same time. Have a great evening wherever you are, or a great day wherever you are, and signing out. Peace. Thanks for your time.